The last clear image I remember from that night was my baby's tiny body moving among piles of trash. After that, everything went black. Sometimes I think my soul left my body before my eyes closed. 20 years later, fate brought him back to me, but not in the way I ever imagined. Hello, my dear ones. I hope you are all doing well today. May God keep you safe and blessed. My name is Agnes Parker. I am 74 years old, and today I want to open a chapter of my life I kept buried deep in my heart for decades. I was born and raised in Meridian, Mississippi, a small town that has watched me grow old. These days, my world is quiet. I wake up early before the sun gets too sharp, and I spend most of my mornings in my garden. I water my tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and herbs with an old metal watering can, one my son gave me many years ago. Watching seeds turn into food gives me a kind of peace I can't explain. It reminds me that life, even after destruction, still finds a way to grow. This house and this garden were not always mine. I only got them later in life. Before that, my world was very different, filled with hunger, fear, and silence. But before I take you back to those dark days, I want to ask you something, my dears. If you feel even a small connection to my voice, please like this video and subscribe. Your support gives this old woman the courage to keep speaking. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I read every word, and it warms my heart more than you know. Now listen carefully. The story I'm about to tell is not easy. It involves a little girl who should have been protected, but wasn't. It involves betrayal inside the very walls meant to keep her safe. And it involves a choice no mother should ever be forced to make. I was just 12 years old in 1963, too young to understand cruelty, too innocent to defend myself. I lived in a broken wooden shack with two men who were supposed to protect me, but instead became the source of my nightmares. What happened next changed the course of my entire life forever. I will take you inside that small shack in Meridian and tell you who those two men were and why childhood ended for me far too soon. Back in 1963, Meridian was growing, but some parts of it were forgotten by everyone, including God, it seemed. I lived in one of those forgotten places, in a shack made of rotting wood and rusted tin. It had only 2 rooms. One was everything at once, kitchen, bedroom, living space. The other belonged to my father and his tools. My father, Gerald, was a construction worker when he could find work. Most days, though, he could be found at the local bar, drowning his bitterness in cheap whiskey. He was tall, thin, and always angry. His hands were rough, and when he lost his temper, which was often, those hands carried pain. My brother Bobby was 5 years older than me, 17 at the time, strong, lazy, and always lurking around town doing nothing good. He had a look in his eyes that made my stomach twist, even before I understood why. My mother had died years earlier from illness, so it was just the 3 of us in that house. No warmth, no protection. My days started before sunrise. I carried water from a neighbor's well, cooked weak meals, cleaned the dirt floor, and tried to grow vegetables in soil that barely gave life to anything. School was never an option. My father believed girls didn't need education, only obedience. When I turned 10, something changed. Bobby started watching me differently. His words made my skin crawl. I didn't know how to explain it, only that something felt very wrong. My father noticed nothing, or pretended not to. Then came my 12th birthday, December 1963, a hot, silent night when my father was away drinking. Bobby came home smelling of alcohol, his eyes empty and dangerous. I won't describe what happened in detail. Some wounds should not be reopened fully. What I can tell you is this: when the sun rose the next morning, the child I had been was gone forever. I was broken in a way no one could see, but I felt it every second. And it didn't stop that night. Weeks turned into months of fear, silence, and threats. I prayed, I begged God to make it stop, but no one came to save me. Then my body began to change. I'll tell you how I discovered I was pregnant at just 12 years old, and why telling the truth felt more dangerous than staying silent. By early 1964, I noticed my body changing in ways I didn't understand at first. My stomach slowly grew, even though I barely ate. I tried to convince myself it was hunger or sickness, but deep down, I knew the truth long before I admitted it. I was pregnant. I was 12 years old. Fear consumed me. I hid my body under oversized clothes, avoided neighbors, and kept my head down. I worked harder than ever, hoping exhaustion would silence my thoughts, but nothing stopped the terror growing inside me. My brother continued as if nothing had changed. My father noticed nothing, or maybe he chose not to. When the pain started, it was October 1964. I was alone. No midwife, no mother, no comfort. Just an old towel, a bowl of water, and prayers whispered through tears. After hours of agony, my baby was born. A tiny boy with strong lungs and dark eyes. For a brief moment, I felt something I had never known before: love, pure and fierce. He was mine. But that moment didn't last. I heard footsteps, voices. My father and brother had come home early. What happened next shattered what little hope I had left. They didn't see a baby. They saw a problem, a burden, something to erase. I begged, I pleaded, I promised to work myself to death if they let him live, but they had already decided. That night, they forced me to walk to a vacant lot filled with garbage and broken things, and there, trembling and broken, they made me do the unthinkable. The last thing I remember was placing my crying baby among the trash and wishing I would die with him. I'll tell you what happened after I woke up and how I lived for 20 years believing my son was dead. When I woke up the next morning, my body screamed in pain, but my heart screamed louder. I ran to that vacant lot, digging through trash with my bare hands, calling for my baby. He was gone. I never saw him again. For 20 years, guilt followed me like a shadow. Every night I asked the same questions. Did he survive? Did someone save him? Did he hate me? I lived trapped in that same shack, serving the same two men who had destroyed my life. My father grew older and crueler. My brother became a drunk, still watching me with those same eyes. I worked endlessly, handing over every cent I earned, and they reminded me again and again of the baby they forced me to abandon. Sometimes I almost believed their lies, that it was for the best, that I had no choice. Then, in March 1984, everything changed. A black car appeared on our dirt road, and a man stepped out who didn't belong there. You'll finally meet the man who changed my life forever and learn the truth about the baby I thought I lost. The man in the suit had eyes just like mine, and a scar on his forehead that made my heart stop. When he spoke, my soul already knew the truth before my mind accepted it. He was my son, saved as a newborn by a kind stranger, raised with love, educated, successful. And now, after 20 years, he had come back, not for revenge, but for justice. He exposed everything. He took the house away from my abusers. He gave them the choice they never gave me. Then, he took my hand and said words I had waited a lifetime to hear. "Your suffering ends today, Mom." From that day on, my life changed completely. I became a mother again, a grandmother, a woman who finally knew peace. And now, at 74, as I sit in my garden, I know this truth. Life may break you, but it never forgets you. If this story touched your heart, comment the word miracle below. Only those who listened until the end will truly understand why.